So later today are the Game Awards, which is basically just a games announcement show with an award thing tacked on to it. Strange. It used to be called E3 when I was younger. Either way, out of the big announcements that are going to be revealed, and I say big, I should say potentially big, there's going to be a new Tomb Raider announced. I don't know if it's going to be a new game or what, just some sort of a big Tomb Raider announcement. Now we have the second season of the animated show coming out on Netflix, which I think that's pretty cool. Sam returns, which is always great because she's an underrated character. I really wished she would have shown up in later Tomb Raider games, either Rise or Shadow. She's referenced, but she just disappeared after 2013. Regardless, there will be a new Tomb Raider announcement of some sort at the Game Awards, and apparently it's going to be a pretty big deal. I typically tend to avoid social media at times like this because of potential leaks and or spoilers. Now, I heard a rumor that the new Tomb Raider game might be a remake of the first, so a remake of the 1996 Tomb Raider. And I'd imagine if that's the case, it'll probably come out next year, 2026, because it'll be the 30th anniversary of the release of the first game. And I'm not really sure how I would feel about a remake of the first. I think I would rather have an original Tomb Raider game, like an entirely new game. I don't know if it's going to be a continuation of the Survivor trilogy or if it's going to be like an entirely new meta for Tomb Raider. But either way, I don't think the first game needs a remake, especially because over the last couple of years, some really excellent remasters have come out with 1 through 3 and 4 through 6 remastered, of course, 6 being Angel of Darkness. And those are great remasters. Now, the original game came out in 1996. Of course, there were different ports and everything. And then in 2007, Tomb Raider Anniversary was released on the PlayStation 2, the Xbox 360, stuff like that. That game is a remake of the original. Where's this dinosaur went? Okay, I'm trying to look for the T-Rex. I referred to him as this dinosaur. Dinosaurs are never really my thing, though. Oh, there he is. He's clipping through the wall. I'm not over there, Mr. T-Rex. You'll have to find me. This is gonna take a long time because I'm hiding from him. Okay, I think he's over there. I might cut all of this out or something. Okay, let's look. Oh, where is he? Oh, there he is. He's right there. Oh, yeah, I got him. Oh, yeah, he's down. Okay, now let's continue onwards. We don't have to worry because that T-Rex is actually pretty fast, and sometimes it can like one hit you, which is always fun when that happens. But as I was saying, the original game came out in '96, different ports and everything. And then in 2007, Tomb Raider Anniversary came out, and that game was supposed to be like the 10th anniversary of Tomb Raider, but it came out in '07. Regardless, that game was a remake of the classic game. And also, Anniversary is available on the PlayStation Plus catalog, so please play it. It and like Legend are available. Hopefully, Underworld will be added one day. Who's to say? But yeah, Anniversary was the remake of the first game that came out in '07. And then 2023, we had the really excellent Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remasters all released together in one package. So if the new game is a remake of the first, which I think would be awesome personally, I don't think it's necessary, but hey, I think it's cool, especially the Egypt levels. I'd love to see those. Then that would be the second remake that the 1996 game has received. So it's gotten, if the next game is a remake, it will have gotten two remakes and one remaster. So that's interesting. And then there was like the mobile ports too that I used to play back in the day. As a matter of fact, one of my cherished memories was when I was a freshman in high school back in like 2016, early 2017. I was playing the mobile port of Tomb Raider 1 while listening to like Code of the Slashers by Cannibal Corpse. One of my cherished memories. I still think about that sometimes because I remember it so vividly on the school bus in the morning. What you typically do at like 6:30 in the morning on a Tuesday. But I think I would prefer an original Tomb Raider game, like something new. Of course, rumors are simply just rumors. Maybe people want a remake of the first, but then again, that would set like a precedent where there might be a remake of the second game and the third and the fourth. And there is a big trend recently in gaming where remakes are very common. Capcom have had the really good Resident Evil remakes. 2 and 4 were stellar. 3 was all right. It wasn't great, but it was all right. I enjoyed it for what it was. And then Konami had the excellent remake of Silent Hill 2, and they're remaking the first Silent Hill. So there are many more examples of recent remakes and remasters. Like remastering especially is a big trend now. So it's no surprise that other gaming companies would want to follow suit and remake and or remaster their older games. I understand the big issue is like quality of life because a lot of games from the 90s are quite janky, like in terms of controls. And I think some remasters or remakes are completely warranted, like Resident Evil 2. I think that's a fantastic remake. I think it's a perfect remake. I think the Silent Hill 2 remake, it's not necessary. I'm going to save here just in case I mess this up. Okay, sweet. And watch this. Big jump here. Ooh, fancy. Nice. I do think that the Silent Hill 2 remake is incredible. I don't think it was necessary, but it's still a great remake. Okay, this is the last cog that we need, and now we can go back towards the exit. There are no more enemies in this particular area, but there will be a few wolves as we begin heading back towards the entrance. And they might give us a little bit of a problem. I might have to use a health kit, but we'll see. But regardless, I think if they do remake the first Tomb Raider, maybe it would be nice to get an original game too, like within the span of 2 or 3 years. They not only release a remake of the first, but we get an original Tomb Raider. Because as I mentioned, if there is a remake, I'd imagine it might come out next year just to coincide with the 30th anniversary. See, the wolves are coming up now. But there's no telling how long these games have been in development. These games could have been in development for 2, 3, maybe 4 years. Because, of course, the last original game that we got, please be nice to me, Mr. Wolf, please be nice to me. I think I got it pretty unscathed. Oh man, that was a terrible missed jump. I did that way too early. Yeah, those wolves aren't going to give me a problem. I might have to heal. That's alright. But regardless of if it's a remake of the first or a completely original adventure, which I would prefer, absolutely it could be great. I mean, you could imagine like the first Tomb Raider game, but with 4K visuals. And let me go ahead and heal. Let me stop here first. I just want to get the flashing health bar off the screen. But if you could imagine like the visuals and environments of the first Tomb Raider, but with the gameplay of like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, that would be fantastic. Especially seeing like what Lara would look like if Lara's model is going to be similar to the Survivor trilogy, maybe a combination of Survivor and like maybe Anniversary, that would be great. But either way, I would prefer for the series to go more so towards the classic game design philosophy, which is more so like exploration, platforming, puzzle solving, and then occasionally there's combat. I love the Survivor trilogy. I think they're great, but they were basically just third-person shooters. But as I said though, I like those games a lot. I just hope that it goes back to like ambient exploration and Lara is dropped in the middle of this abandoned tomb and she has to basically figure her way out, maybe locate some treasure along the way, and then maybe somebody's trying to get it before she does. I think that'd be great. I still want combat, obviously, because it's Tomb Raider. You have to have a little bit of drama. But I just wish it focuses more so on exploration and platforming, because I feel like that's more so what Tomb Raider is supposed to be. Like, I think that Lara should just kind of be dropped in the middle of these ancient ruins from like a far gone civilization, and she should explore this incredibly ominous tomb with this thick atmosphere and really great ambience in the background. You really feel like isolated. Like there's this incredible feeling of isolation and mystery about everything. And maybe somebody's trying to one up her the whole time. Like, yeah, there should be occasional combat, but the focus shouldn't be on combat. It should be exploration and puzzle solving. And I really want a Tomb Raider game in which you feel that incredible sense of isolation and mystery again. But regardless, I love the Survivor trilogy. Shadow's alright, but those are great games. And I want the new game to prioritize the classic stuff instead of combat. But regardless of what's announced at the Game Awards, I'm glad to see Lara return.